Hello, friends. So today I'm going to be talking about why stress might be sabotaging your weight loss. So a lot of times most women don't struggle with all the exact details of knowing what to do, but they really struggle when life gets stressful. Because it's often what happens in our day-to-day life, the stress that comes up, the interruptions, the unexpected things, that leads to the mindless eating, the skipping workouts, grabbing whatever is easy. So today I'm going to walk you through a couple examples of an everyday stressor and different ways that you can handle it so it won't derail your health. Hi friends, and welcome to the Healthy Beyond 40 show. I'm Michelle, mama 4 and military wife, and I'm passionate about helping women get healthy from the inside out so they can feel better and live their best life. Do you feel like you're struggling to lose weight and get in shape? If you're ready to develop healthier habits, exercise consistently, and lose weight sustainably, then you're in the right place. I combine my expertise from my doctorate in physical therapy to my experience as a health coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher to bring you actionable steps for a healthy lifestyle. No magic pill here, so lace up those shoes and get moving. Okay, so I'm going to give some specific examples here to just make it come alive a little bit more. But before I give the example, I want you guys to keep this in mind. So it's not the situation that just creates the stress. It's the thoughts we have about the situation that can really amplify the stress. Because these thoughts that we have create feelings, and those feelings drive what we do or what we don't do. And that's where things like overeating or skipping a workout come into play. A lot of times we can't change the situation, but we can change how we're thinking about it. And so, for example, when my family moved here to Oklahoma over a year ago, moving is a stressful event. Also add moving 4 kids on top of that who don't want to move, and we're just in the last state for only 2 years. It can be stressful. But as I had done this work for a while now, I knew that I can make this move less stressful by the way I'm thinking about it and handling the different situations that arise with it. Because I know my thoughts create my feelings. So I can have thoughts that lead to more stress or less stress. So, of course, moving wasn't not stressful at all. There was some stress there, but it was way, way, way less than what it would have been if I hadn't been doing this mindset and emotion work that I do for myself and with my clients. So here's our first example. Your spouse was supposed to pick up your child from somewhere, and now suddenly you have to do it. And you need to go pick him up. So you might be having these thoughts. This always falls on me. Now my whole afternoon is ruined. I'll never get everything done. No one helps me. Right, I'm going to repeat those one more time. I want you guys to think as I'm saying these, what kind of feelings these thoughts would create in you. This always falls on me. Now my whole afternoon's ruined. I'll never get everything done. No one helps me. Right? So when I hear those, I'm thinking frustration, resentment, stress, feeling really stuck. So when I'm feeling frustrated, resentment, stress, I'm not focusing on myself, so I might skip my workout. I might grab something that's quick and not healthy. I might just eat whatever I want, grab some fast food and think I'll start over tomorrow, but that doesn't happen because another small stressor like this pops up. So in this situation, I can't change the situation, but I can change the way I'm thinking about it. So as I read these, tell me what feelings you might have from these thoughts. This wasn't the plan, but I can adjust. I can still take care of myself today and squeeze in a quick workout. This is temporary, right? More peace, less reactive, sort of feels more steady, feels like there's more possibilities. And so when I have those, I'm able to keep my brain calm. So I'm able to use my prefrontal cortex, that's behind our forehead, and that's our highest level of thinking that we have. And that's where all of our logic is that we need. So if we're emotional, we don't have access to this part of our brain as well. But when I can change my thoughts and keep my feelings amped down, then I can use that prefrontal cortex. And then maybe I can think like, oh, wait, I can take a quick 10-minute walk when I get back. Okay, I don't have to grab fast food. I have this freezer meal at home. So then I'm taking different actions, all from the way I'm thinking and feeling. And so when we do this, we don't want a thought that's just fake positivity. It has to be a thought that actually creates a different feeling in us. And sometimes that can be tricky. And sometimes we need help with that too, because sometimes it's hard to see past our own thoughts that we're having. But we can get that change where we can get a different action. So this is the kind of work that I do with myself and with women inside my coaching. A lot of times I'm not just working on health coaching with women, I'm working on this almost more life coaching piece. Because, right, so if I use this past example, this woman may not actually need help on what's healthy or a meal plan or actual nutrition or protein facts or different things like that. She needs help with how to regulate her emotions and to change her thoughts for these different situations. So it's not just giving this cookie cutter plan, like here is a keto plan, this is what you should follow, or here, if you just get this many grams of protein a day, everything's going to be fine. Because we need help catching these thoughts in real time that are actually pulling us off track. So sometimes we don't need more information. We need something that really supports us and applies to life as it happens, as these different situations come up. And a lot of times I see women are the last ones to ask for help for themselves. They'll help others. They'll help others get help. And they take care of everyone else first, instead of getting the support in the area that they need. So I encourage you that if you feel stuck with your emotions or your thoughts about relationships or people, or you need support in your health or in your workout routines, just to set up a free call with me. And we're going to go over your goals and your struggles and see if we're a fit. It's a no pressure call. You have the option to do a telephone call or a video call, whatever you feel more comfortable with. And I also offer 10% off to military, to frontline workers, and teachers. So just mention that on the call, and I'll give you a special promo code to use. Okay, so let's go into another example. Is maybe you have to care for someone sick, or maybe you have to help take care of an elderly parent, someone who's aging. And it can be emotional, it can be time consuming, and it can be draining. And you might have thoughts like, I don't have time for myself. Everything depends on me. This is just how it has to be. Right? So when we hear those thoughts, a lot of times we might think overwhelm, exhaustion, maybe guilt. Right? Especially with family dynamics, we might have thoughts about that person that may not be good that come up, or past history or resentment with them. And then those thoughts that we're having create a feeling, and it changes what we do. Maybe our workouts stop. Our meals become whatever is easiest. We're on our way home and we grab a hamburger and fries from Chick-fil-A, and we're running on empty. But if we can start to soften our thoughts, right? We're not going to ignore the situation. We can't change the situation. But maybe we can have a thought, this is a hard season, but I can handle this and I can get some other support too. Maybe if it's specifically about a person, maybe we have some negative thought about the person because of our past history. Can we start to change that thought about them? Because a lot of times when we're having a negative thought or a thought that's really stuck, that's not helping us, we are only seeing a very tiny bit of a situation or of a person, and we're missing this whole picture. So I love helping my clients and even myself see the full truth of a situation so I can have more compassion for myself and more compassion for the other person. And that can help to shift my thoughts. Right? And in something like this, we might also need some practical tips. Like we can do short workouts. We can do a quick walk, a quick workout. Because we got out of that emotional part of our brain and we're able to think clearly, we're able to have someone else look at the situation too and see what else we can do to make this work. Maybe for food, it's something like prepping meals on the weekend, or maybe it's grabbing a freezer meal. Sometimes I get a frozen meal from Aldi's. It's like a Mediterranean quinoa bowl, and I add extra veggies and protein with it. Like, it's not the perfect meal, but it's pretty good, especially when I don't have a lot of time and I need something quick to eat. So I don't do that often, but that's a healthy option I keep in my house for me. So, right, if we're in a really busy season, we might need to do things like that more often, and that's okay. So we have to be in this calm, emotional, regulated spot to be able to problem solve and think about different situations. And this is where having a plan that fits your life matters. This is why sometimes following a diet or a meal plan fail us, because it's not built around our life. So inside my personal training app and coaching, I really try to help my clients build tools and support around their life, their schedule, their stress, their season. Because if your plan only works when life is calm and good, it's not really a plan, because all of us have stress. All of us have things that come up. So we really need a plan that we can adapt to what's going on. We need to have these tools to handle our stress and to rewire our thoughts. So things are going to come up. Plans will change. People will need you. But that doesn't mean that taking care of you disappears. And we don't have to do everything perfectly, but we have to somehow figure out how we can stay connected to ourselves and prioritizing our health, even if it's in the small ways. All right, friends. So I encourage you to really think about what your stressors are that start to derail you. So that might look like, why am I eating at night when I'm not hungry? Sometimes people will say they don't really feel a feeling. They're just checking out. So there's something there if that's you. Why are we stress eating or grabbing the sugar or the salty food? Like, what is going on, and how can you start to get to the bottom of that? And if you need support doing that, I love doing that in my health and life coaching. So make sure you check the description and the link to find out how you can connect with me and find out my resources and support that I have for you guys. All right, friends. So keep on moving, keep on taking that one step forward, and keep on prioritizing you.